There is an intelligence far greater than the kind that solves equations, builds empires, or dazzles with words. It is not taught in schools nor measured by tests. It cannot be proven to others, only lived. It is the intelligence of the soul, the ability to govern oneself amid the chaos of life. This is the intelligence that turns pain into wisdom, rejection into resilience, and loss into liberation. The ancients called it reason aligned with nature, the discipline of understanding what lies within our control and what does not. This, above all, is the intelligence we must master if we are to master life itself. Most people confuse cleverness with wisdom. They chase success with reckless ambition, speak before they think, and collapse when the world denies them validation. But the rare ones, those who rise above the storm, understand that true intelligence is not about knowing more, but about needing less. It is about commanding the only empire that cannot be taken from you, your own mind. Epictetus, once a slave who became one of history's greatest teachers, said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In these words lies the blueprint of the most powerful intelligence, emotional self-command. Think about it. A man may know every philosophy, every science, every book ever written. Yet if he cannot master his anger, if he crumbles under fear or speaks cruelty in pain, what good is his intellect? A mind enslaved to emotion is not a free mind. It's a storm without a captain. But the one who possesses this deeper intelligence, the ability to remain calm when the world burns, to act with principle when others act with impulse, and to hold silence when chaos demands reaction, such a person becomes untouchable. Not because life spares them pain, but because they no longer depend on life's permission to be at peace. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the most powerful empire on earth, once wrote in his private journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Those words were not meant for display. They were his quiet battle cry, written in solitude as he carried the burden of ruling millions. He understood that even a crown cannot protect one from chaos. Only inner discipline can. And that is what we must learn. Emotional intelligence in its truest form is not soft. It is not smiling through pain or pretending all is well. It is the steel within the soul, the ability to see things as they are, to endure without bitterness, and to act with integrity when everything tempts you to do otherwise. The mastery of life begins where reaction ends. It begins the moment you stop being a slave to anger, pleasure, fear, and desire. These are the real chains that bind the human spirit, and only through reason, through disciplined perception, can we break them. We must train our minds as warriors train their bodies, not to avoid battle, but to meet it with calm precision. Every insult becomes a chance to test composure. Every failure, a lesson in detachment. Every loss, an opportunity to strengthen the heart. As Seneca said, "Fire tests gold, and adversity tests the brave." Those who possess this inner intelligence do not pray for easier days. They pray for stronger minds. They do not ask for fewer obstacles. They ask for sharper vision. 2. The quiet power of inner restraint. There is a strength that never raises its voice, yet it commands everything around it. It does not rush, it does not boast, and it does not demand to be understood. It is the power of inner restraint, the mastery of oneself when everything within screams to lose control. This is not weakness. This is the highest form of intelligence. We live in a world that rewards noise. Everyone wants to be heard, seen, and praised. People wear their emotions like armor, striking at the smallest offense. They call it honesty or authenticity, but most of it is simply a lack of control. Stoic thinkers understood that the truly powerful man does not reveal everything he feels. He directs it, he channels it, he shapes it into something useful. Seneca wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Life, in its cruel genius, will provoke you, not to destroy you, but to reveal you. The one who cannot restrain himself when insulted, when ignored, when disappointed, that person is still a slave to impulse. But the one who endures quietly, who responds with measured clarity, and who refuses to be shaken by external storms, that is a free mind. Restraint is not the absence of emotion. It is the ability to feel deeply and still act rationally. It's to feel anger rising like fire and choose not to speak words that will burn bridges. It's to feel the pull of fear but walk forward anyway. It's to be misunderstood, ridiculed, or doubted, yet remain centered because your peace no longer depends on validation. This kind of control is what Marcus Aurelius called the art of living. It is the understanding that life will always test us, but our power lies not in the test, but in the response. When a storm comes, the weak man curses the clouds. The wise man strengthens his roof. The wise man uses resistance as a forge, not a prison. We often mistake restraint for indifference, but that's not what it is. A restrained soul feels everything. It simply refuses to let emotion dictate the course of action. It is this balance between feeling and control that makes one truly formidable. The ancient Stoics were not cold men, they were tempered men. They did not lack emotion, they mastered it. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." And that is what inner restraint truly is, freedom. When you are no longer a puppet of anger, desire, pride, or fear, you begin to act not as a reaction to the world, but as a conscious choice. The world stops controlling you. You begin to control how the world affects you. And that is what makes you quietly powerful. In moments when others break, you remain whole. When others chase applause, you walk in silence. When others drown in distraction, you focus. When others let chaos enter their mind, you guard your inner walls. This quiet composure confuses people. They can't understand how you remain unshaken when everything falls apart. But that's because they don't see the training behind it. They don't see the early mornings when you sit with your thoughts and conquer them before the day begins. They don't see the inner battles where you choose dignity over reaction, patience over pride, silence over victory. They only see the surface, calm, focused, detached, and they call it cold. But we know what it really is, freedom earned through fire. Every time you resist the urge to defend your ego, you grow stronger. Every time you let go of the need to explain yourself, you become lighter. Every time you stay silent in the face of provocation, you build something the modern world fears: depth. Restraint is not something you are born with. It is forged through disappointment, solitude, and loss. Through each trial where you learn that not every emotion deserves expression, not every thought deserves voice, not every battle deserves blood. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote in his Meditations, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." That is the essence of restraint, to remain untouched by the poison of others, to keep your mind pure when everything around you seeks to contaminate it. The more you master this, the more untouchable you become. The world will still test you, insult you, tempt you, but it will no longer control you. You will walk among chaos with stillness in your eyes. You will carry storms in silence. You will no longer chase control over others. You will have already achieved control over yourself. And that is the intelligence that outlasts beauty, fame, and status. The intelligence of restraint, quiet, invisible, but powerful enough to shape destiny itself. 3. Emotional detachment, the weapon of clarity. There is a form of intelligence that is misunderstood by most: emotional detachment. To the shallow mind, it looks like coldness. To the undisciplined, it looks like apathy. But in truth, it is the highest form of clarity a person can achieve. It is the ability to feel everything, yet remain owned by nothing. Emotional detachment is not about suppressing emotions, it is about understanding them. It is about stepping back from the storm of your feelings and observing them, not as your identity, but as visitors. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The emotionally detached man understands that life is not about eliminating emotion. It's about refusing to be enslaved by it. Think about it. How often do people destroy themselves by reacting too quickly? A harsh word sparks anger. A failure breeds despair. Rejection leads to self-hatred. They become prisoners of impulse. But the one who practices emotional detachment sees these same events and remains still. He doesn't suppress his pain, he studies it. He doesn't drown in disappointment. He learns from it. He doesn't lose control when provoked. He uses that moment to measure his strength. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That is the foundation of detachment, the recognition that everything external, praise, insult, failure, pleasure, exists beyond your control. To chase it or fight it is to hand over your peace. True strength lies in maintaining serenity, regardless of outcome. In the modern world, emotional detachment is almost rebellious. Society teaches us to react, to respond instantly, to take offense, to chase every pleasure, to validate every feeling. But reaction is slavery. To react to every emotion is to hand the keys of your soul to the world. The detached man refuses this. He observes before responding. He endures before speaking. He reflects before deciding. And through that silence he becomes powerful. Seneca described it perfectly when he said, "He who is brave is free." Emotional detachment is an act of bravery, the courage to not let emotions rule your actions, the courage to remain grounded when others are losing their balance, the courage to stay kind in a cruel world, not because you're weak, but because cruelty no longer tempts you. It's easy to feel powerful when everything goes right. But detachment is tested in loss. When you lose what you love, when your plans collapse, when the world doesn't see your worth. The emotionally detached person grieves, but he does not crumble. He allows himself to feel, but never to fall apart. Because he understands, his peace was never built on fragile things. In detachment, there is focus. You begin to see what truly matters, what is within your control and what isn't. You stop fighting for validation. You stop explaining yourself to the deaf. You stop chasing people, things, and situations that drain your energy. You start conserving your strength for what deserves it: your mind, your growth, your integrity. The Stoic philosophers practiced this not as an escape from emotion, but as a way to sharpen it. They understood that when you detach from the chaos of reaction, you make room for wisdom. You begin to act from reason, not impulse, from purpose, not pain. And so, emotional detachment becomes not a wall, but a weapon that protects your peace, your energy, and your clarity. It allows you to stand tall in a world that feeds on distraction. It lets you love deeply without losing yourself. It lets you dream boldly without fearing failure. It lets you face the unknown with calm eyes and an unshaken heart. In the end, the world will always test you. But the detached man walks through the fire untouched, not because the flames aren't real, but because he no longer lets them define him. He has mastered the only kingdom that ever mattered, himself. Get exclusive content and deeper insights. Join our membership today. Link in the description. If this resonated with you, subscribe to the Stoic Verse for more wisdom to guide your journey.